I want to talk about the conversation that women seem to be wanting to have about Drew's body. I've been a personal trainer for about 10 years now. I have had multiple EDs, but I have done a lot of trauma work. My body has, deadlifted 300 pounds, squatted 250. It's hiked mountains. It has grown and birthed a baby, and I recently had a tummy tuck. Now, when I was deciding if I was truly going to go through with getting a tummy tuck, I took myself to the mountains and I spent the whole day driving there, being there in like this place where you can't talk, no one can speak, and just sat with myself and tried to dissect why I wanted to get a tummy tuck. What was the reasoning for? Because especially being someone who had EDs in the past, I wanted to make sure that I was doing this for me, for no other reason. And now anyone in my close personal life, like my sister, my best friend, when I told them I was going through with it, they're like, I'm so proud of you, so happy for you, because this is something that you have wanted to do for years. They have all known since I had my son that if I could, that was something that I would do. And the reason why is my body has been given to men. Right? It has been given to men in intimacy. It has been given to men to birth a child. It has solely, my body, I wanted to reclaim a part of my body, and I wanted it to be mine, and I wanted to have say over it, and I wanted to have autonomy over my body. It was never about being skinny. It was about reclaiming a part of me and it being about me. And making content on the internet, and especially being someone who trains other people, and I try to advocate for people to just love what their body is capable of. I wanted to make sure that when I came and I spoke about this, I would be mindful of all of the ways that bodies have been dissected in media since I was a young girl. I didn't want loose skin anymore. But in all of this, I never owed anyone the explanation. And I think that Drew has always been this pillar of somebody who's very, very capable of holding firm boundaries. And that's admirable, but also not something that a lot of women get to see all of the time. Now, having been a personal trainer for 10 years, I have done hundreds of consultations with people who want to lose weight. Hundreds. I have sat in a box gym, your standard gym, and I have heard all of the reasons people want to lose weight. And I have also heard all of the reasons people have put on weight. There are things that are completely outside of people's control. There's people with PCOS. There's women that I've helped lose weight because they have PCOS and they want to get pregnant and they can't. And it's so unbelievably hard for them to lose weight. Damn near impossible for some. I have had morbidly obese clients doing all of the right things, crying hysterically in front of me because they are doing all of the right things, but they have body and hormone conditions that they have no control of. Even going to doctors, and I've had to write letters to doctors so that fat people who hold more weight on them, would be taken more seriously at a doctor, having a note from me, a personal trainer, saying they are doing all of the things. I need you to run more blood work. I need you to check if their thyroid, because mathematically what is going on isn't making any sense. The exercise and the things that they're doing isn't making any sense. And in those hundreds of consultations I have done with people who want to lose weight, when we really get into why they have gained weight, it is a deeply, deeply, deeply personal conversation. The amount of trauma that I have heard from women, the amount of SA that I have heard from women, the amount of family abuse that I have heard from women. I have had clients in front of me crying and breaking down because they quite literally were held hostage by men in their homes and SA'd repeatedly over days. I have heard some of the most heartbreaking stories of people who have gone through things and then gained weight. And every time that people are having conversations about why someone might be gaining weight or why they might be losing weight, all I can think to myself is, we don't really know the reasons. And it's not your right to know those reasons. Right. And even when it comes to like body positivity, I hashtagged a video one time, body positivity, hashtag body positivity. And you would be surprised by how many women came for my throat because they saw me as a thin white woman, even though I'm Indigenous and even though I had been plus size. And I had no idea that that hashtag was considered exclusive to people in bigger bodies. And I think if you want to be free from the shackles of body issues that you have, the first thing you have to do is stop looking at and commenting on and comparing your body to other people's. And I had to make peace with this. I am also tall, just like Drew. I am 5'10" and a half, right? My mother is 6'3". free. One thing I had to make peace with is the fact that I am a tall woman that is never going to change. If your body shape is shaped a certain way, it is that way and it may never change. I am never going to be a Sabrina Carpenter Polly Pocket. That's just not going to happen for me. I am a tall woman and I refuse to not wear heels because I am a tall woman. You have to embrace what your body is. I was called big boned by my aunt for the majority of my early 20s when I was a little bit heavier set and before I had actually gained a lot of weight, because I've lost 70 pounds, not once, but twice. Pre-baby, post-baby. I've been called a transvestite. I have been called trans. I have been called so many things based off of the fact that I occupy more space in my body. I'm a personal trainer. Again, I can deadlift 300 pounds. I squat 250. I bench 150. And I will still get comments from men telling me that I don't look like I've worked out a day in my life. I will still go to previous girlfriends' houses, and I will have their boyfriends tell me that they don't think that I should be eating the food on my plate. You can't look at men and tell them that you think that they need to stop commenting on women's bodies when you police other women's bodies. You have to free yourself from the shackles of comparing yourself to other people. That is how this gets better.